next round. Or at least they'd like to be. But they've got themselves a best of 7 before then.
Yeah, I'm confident enough in Giants winning this that I just wagered all my channel points on them. So I've got 65,000 channel points on Giants here. But don't worry, I'm not a biased caster by any means. I'm a big Team Queso fan. I love the way they play Rocket League. I really do think they're taking all of the worst ranked gameplay and making it work at a professional level. It's amazing to see, you know, double commits, team bumps, saving each other's shots. But when they do it, they see it coming, the other team don't. So I can't be more of a fan of them, to be honest. True innovators.
Ranked 3s is going to be a nightmare for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Everyone is got validation that what they're doing works. What doesn't work is not hitting the target when you've got 2 separate opportunities to do so. And now, Vodafone Giants breakaway to the other side. Good play, actually, defensively, trying to take that as quickly as possible before the shot could be truly set up. Now we get to the other side of the field, and Atomic, a lovely dummy, fakes out the first shot, drops the shoulder, and puts in the second one.
Beauty. What a fake from Atomic. And the little passing play as well. That was very nicely done. You know, I said some of their plays come straight out of ranked. Not all of them do. I've never seen any of that in a ranked game before. That was insane. And Giants are going to need to keep their wits about them. If there's one aspect of the game that Team Queso do very well, it's offense. So Giants are going to need to bring either the best defense that they have or the best pressure that they've got to prevent Team Queso from ever getting out of their half.
The Giants are very, very capable of doing exactly that, but how on earth are you supposed to keep this team in order? They're just so quick. That shot fizzled off Zamway's car. He somehow keeps it out. Now he's on low boost. Tries to get his team a bit of time. He's managed to do so. And Demensa now called into action. A double tap off his own backboard. It's going to leave his team in a bit of a trouble. But Zamway, a difficult angle for him to work with. Can't move in first time around. And now he's clattering into Itachi. Very difficult for Vodafone Giants to get something going.
Yeah, that was straight out of the Team Queso playbook right there. Giants with a little bit of a collision, but it hasn't really worked in their favor, so I guess it's not out of the Team Queso playbook, or it would have done so. Here comes a more effective play. Stake with the equalizer, dunks it in over 2 defenders.
Itachi almost ran into his own teammate yet again, but this one, much more favorable result as they get the goal back. Stake right across the goal line. It's got a couple of those. A couple of them have been assisted by other teams throughout the week, but that one just fantastic play by Itachi. Stake now goes low on the follow-up. We've been seeing that a number of times actually this week, Johnny. A lot of teams getting the reset and then using it to actually to make the recovery a little bit better when they land onto the floor for a wave dash. It is a nice little high-low mix-up that you can put onto your opponents.
Yeah. It also has the double effect of threatening the flip at any moment. So although the player making the play knows that they're just planning to use it for a faster recovery, the opponents don't know that. They have to take into consideration that there could be a flick or a shot coming after that reset.
So 1 each here in game number 1. Best of 7 as all of today's matchups have been. Okay, Salen watches that one go sailing past him, and now Itachi would like to do the exact same thing to the final 2 players. The flip reset didn't have much on it, but it almost caught Demensa out. A couple of demos as well, for good measure. There's a race in the midfield. 2 players up again. Double commit, not a problem for either of these teams, at least from the way they've been playing. If anything, they seem to actively encourage it. Make sure you're sending at least 2 people, as long as you don't send nobody.
Yeah, they will never send nobody to a ball. That's one thing you're not going to get from either of these teams. That's not how they play. I mean, if they send nobody to a ball, it's because they can't. They actually just have nobody capable of getting to it because the boost is gone from the position. If they have any option to send multiple people, they'll be like, yeah, that's much better. 2 is greater than 2. 2 is greater than 0, I should say. And they're absolutely right. It is. And hesitation seems to be a bigger problem than double commits these days.
Oh, huge demo on the goal line. Zamway's cleared a path. BK Salen immediately in to help out, but there's even more demos. Debris scattered across the entire pitch, and this is the same situation Queso got caught in earlier on that saw them lose their lead. Haven't been able to find their way out just yet. It's the offensive push from Stake and the rest of the Vodafone Giants. Now it's a double commit yet again. Atomic has to get contact. He got a little bit, And that little bit was just enough, but the Vodafone Giants will be unrelenting off the crossbar, and Zamway couldn't quite land on it. But they'll keep on going, they'll keep on trying, and Atomic's second touch will get that team out of there.
Oh my, well, the nightmare bounce for the Giants. If that had bounced just a bit closer to the attacking player, then it could have easily bounced off the car again and just gone in. It was so close to crossing the line, and of course, if it just catches the underside of the bar, it probably goes in off of it. So very unfortunate for them. And now here comes VK sailing, and he ignores the defender. Defender misses the ball, and the rebound was completely wide open for him.
I can't understate just how good that first touch is. It has to be close enough to bait Itachi, to make him think that he has a chance at it. And instead goes sailing past him. Team Queso right back in the lead.
Might even get another one here. Sort of an accidental fake there from Atomic by the looks of things. Mistake doesn't pre-jump too far. Not a lot of time left for Giants. They will try to counter straight down the middle. Samway's missed it. Dementor's got a lot of time in the position, but he doesn't get the best clear on it. It's off the bar, and it's sent wide by Samway. He was in the area looking for bumps, and he sent the ball clear from danger.
And now it's all to do for Vodafone Giants. Got it just before the 0-second mark. Have to go coast to coast here. VK Salen actually chose to take the touch. And Dementor will give it one more pat onto the floor. And Team Queso have got game number 1.
It's fine. I'm not at all worried about my channel points here. This isn't not a problem for Giants. They're going to be able to come back from this, I'm sure. But no, truth be told, Queso look really good. They look scary here, Shogun. They've
become a bragging point between us commentators, isn't it?
Well, I mean, what is a prediction if you don't put all your channel points onto it, right?
It's true. It's true.
All the desk, I didn't see them putting any of their channel points, their predictions. Meaningless. Right? It's all nothing. I want to see all in predictions from all the desks for the remainder of the day.
Well, right now, for those of you that did go for Team Queso, which was 40% of you, which, turn around to them and say, hey, you're going to be in a lower semi-final, and you're going to get 40% of the Twitch chat to believe that you can take down a team like the Vodafone Giants who have been to regional finals. They would take that.
Oh, yeah, it's fair. It's also a reasonable split, I would say. Because although I think Giants are the clear favorites here, you just have to look at the overall point standings and the fact that they beat everybody apart from Vitality and BDS for the most part in most RLCS X events. Giants are definitely the favorite on paper, but Queso are in form, and they're, I think, just on an upward trend as well. So it's only up for them, and a close series is inevitable. We've had a lot of good ones today. I mean, even the Furrow sweep had some close games in it, so I would not be surprised if this one goes the distance as well.
There'll be a number of teams as well that will be rooting for Giants Gaming. Can be just over the top. Clear yet again. Zamway moving on in. I want to ask you actually about this, Johnny, is that, especially off the double demo, actually, Stake will be forced to get a save. Say you're a Guild Esports at the moment, and you've got Vodafone Giants who are just ahead of you. They're already going to be pulling a bit further away as we get the ball off the backboard one more time. Dementor moving in a bit late. You're 50 points or so behind them. You've got Team Queso rapidly ascending. Which team are you pulling for?
Oh, it's a tough one. I think you have to just pull for Giants, I guess, because the more direct competition is that Team Queso who are just nipping at your heels. It's the worst thing possible for Guild if there's another team ahead of them that another team that they have to beat. But yeah, it's a tough situation either way. Oh, can Atomic catch this? No, he can't. But he pinches it into the middle. It's off the post and towards the Dementor, but Itachi will beat or at least meet him when they reach the ball. Quite an even race, really. Team Queso again, just playing quite a composed matchup compared to what they had earlier in the day. This is very organized, and they do look really, really threatening once again. That's off the post for a third time. Giants hanging on by a thread.
Itachi with his 10 boost was able to just about get there. And once again, over the top, he can actually recover this one. Zamway looks for Atomic, and he almost found the pinch actually off the ground. So Itachi threatening as always. Now Stake with the rest of the Vodafone Giants. Want to keep that pressure going, but those return demos have been so good. Now VK Salen looks to break away. One-on-one against Itachi. He looks for the car, and he's managed to ward off Itachi. No chance for the Vodafone Giants defender.
VK Salen showing up huge. First the monster dunk to win the ball, and then the block to prevent Itachi from saving what was in technically a slow shot straight at him, but brilliant play. He just shielded that ball to perfection. And again, it's Team Queso who have the lead. This is unbelievable. VK Salen is having an insane regional for himself.
Oh, we talk about all the chaos from Team Queso. If you've got a player playing like this, give him the space. You don't need to start bumping him off the play all the time. As we get even more demos, Zamway looks to put the ball on target at the first available opportunity. That's a couple of nice passing plays, looking to make it two. It's off the post. Off the crossbar, I should say. VK Salen looks to try and double up his tally. Vodafone Giants being put under a lot of pressure, and they've caught each other on the rotation back. Demensa takes advantage of it. VK Salen is the passing option, aims for him. Two players up comes Atomic, and the ball is saved. VK Salen also a part of the pile, because why not? You complain about them not being quite as chaotic. VK Salen wanted to just try and make that save a bit more difficult by adding an extra car.
Yeah, this is impressive. Team Queso are proven to be extremely hard to get the ball past, and I think they're even outpacing Giants at the moment, and that's rare to see. It's you know, pretty much just BDS who are able to do that most of the time. But look at this. Team Queso piling on the pressure. They are not satisfied with 1-0. They never are satisfied with 1-0. Sending the house on every single play. There's so much on the line here. Atomic with a redirect on target. It's comfortably taken under control by Stake, but so is Salen's challenge on Stake. Just extremely solid all the way through. There's no real weaknesses for Giants to exploit.
For Giants, those last 4 minutes have just disappeared on them. 1 minute left here. Chance for Team Queso to go up 2-0. It was a team that many were starting to look towards to be the team to maybe replace Renault Vitality as that #2 team in the region. What a statement of intent this would be. Not only could you maybe take down the Vodafone Giants, you've got a chance to go and take down Team BDS after the fact and move on to
Vitality as well. They beat Vitality in the upper bracket.
What a week that would be.
Yeah, you just beat all the competition, really. If you, I mean, it's up to Queso to beat the top 4 teams in Europe, one after another here. And they're on track at the moment with Giants looking strangely timid and lost. They don't know how to get their game rolling. They've been extremely unable and extremely hindered with their offense that we're so used to seeing.
They've got nothing going for themselves at the end of this game, and that final minute, no chances really presented themselves. Team Queso all over them here in game #2. For Vodafone Giants, just how do they deal with this right now, Johnny? They're against a team that they are expected to beat, and they're just getting outpaced. You know, that's their bread and butter right there, what they love to go towards. What have you seen from Vodafone Giants that maybe they can start to lean into that Team Queso might not expect?
Well, I mean, this game really did just come down to one moment, and it wasn't the solo play of Salen versus Itachi. Itachi just got outplayed there. That happens. You know, you can't really put that on him. But it was the fact that Salen was able to get the dunk on the previous play. That was avoidable. That was a misplay that could have easily been stopped from the Giants if they had just played, if the player who just got dunked on, just got hard red, had hit the ball in any other direction other than straight at Salen, then he wouldn't have had a 1v1 with Itachi. So that's the play that they've got to try and prevent. They need to be careful. Look out for these wild dunks that Queso are going to keep going for. We've seen so many from them all day, and I really doubt that we've seen the last one. So just avoiding those dunks, avoiding those crushing 50-50s, looking out for all of the aggressive plays that Queso are going to bring to the table, and reacting to them, just trying to stop them from being completely out of control.
Now, Zamway and the rest of the Vodafone Giants going to look to try and stifle the momentum that they've gained in the first 2 games and take this game free for themselves, otherwise they've got a reverse sweep. This emerging team. A lot of work to do here. Salen looks to try and make that work a little bit more difficult. Just constant hits on the ball. And it's just a puzzle that they're figuring out as they play through it. That's going to be on the goal line. VK Salen gets the full might of that Fennec behind the ball. He keeps it out. And now he argues with his teammate over who's going to get the rebounds.
I mean, VK Salen's not messing around. You don't want to mess with this guy. He wasn't even moving and he crushed the 50-50. That Fennec's been in the garage, got some kind of alloy add-on that I wasn't aware of, but it's the classic as well on the counter-attack. Two Queso players going for the same shot, and they're not just, you know, briefly for a moment they're committing to the same shot. Now they're dribbling beside each other. They're probably both calling each other off in comms, saying mine, nope, mine. So it's impossible to read. You actually just cannot read them.
Well, what better way to make sure that your team rotation is fast than to race each other?
I like to think if that's what they're doing. It's like, I bet you I can beat you to this ball.
They're not too sure. Like,
in Spanish.
Don't communicate who's got it. See who's got it. That's going to go across the face and go. VK Salen! It's just about got in! Vodafone Giants inches away from getting to the save, but it's VK Salen who has stomped his authority on this series.
Oh, this is a perfect shot. Just before the ball hits the crossbar for the second time, it crosses the line. 1-0 to Team Queso Esports. What on earth is happening? This is absolutely ridiculous. And, you know, to go back to the comms point, you know, I'm imagining right now that when one of them calls that they've got it, the call from the other teammate is, no, you don't, and then they go for it as well. This is
just challenge. You know, I've got it. Are you sure?
No, you don't. I've got it. Watch this. It's practically what they're doing. It's
to try and make it too.
Demos everywhere.
Good luck trying to contain this team, and this is controlled. For those of you that didn't see us earlier on, this is a normal, well-behaved Team Queso. They can go crazier than this. And just to talk about how this must affect Vodafone Giants as well, this is so unordinary and so ridiculous. It throws you off your game as well, because you've got to look at it and wonder, well, why is this working?
You know, it works because they are reading each other, and, you know, they're reacting to all the chaos immediately. They're just rolling with it. So whatever happens, even if it's, you know, a team bump or a double commit or a whiff or whatever, they just make the next best play with zero hesitation. Whereas everybody else on the pitch, all their opponents, they're standing there stationary thinking, what just happened? They're trying to figure out what to do next. The figuring out process isn't a part of Team Queso's game, apparently. They just constantly know what to do.
Well, Rocket League offense can sometimes be a bit of a puzzle to try and get around the opponent's defense. And this is a team that's just got little bits from different jigsaw puzzles, and somehow they put them all together and they create a Picasso with it. It's utterly bewildering how they've managed to put so much offense together. But this player right here might go a long way to answering any questions that you might have. VK Salen.
Unreal.
He is on the rampage at the moment, and he's now a minute and a half away from 4 match points against the Vodafone Giants.
Yeah, they're absolutely crushing the demo game as well. Every time that Team Queso rotate back into their half, they go for multiple demos. They're hitting 2 in a row most of the time. So there's just no time to breathe for Giants as they try and set up on the halfway line. You know, we're still used to seeing them do that, but you can't do that if you're being demoed from behind, which is what's happening on most of these offensive plays.
Here comes Demensa. He's daring Zamway to go for the challenge, and that's why. Ball almost ricocheted straight into the net if it wasn't for the already static defender. And again, it's scoreless for the Vodafone Giants. 1-0. We're heading into the final few moments of this game. VK Salen is already just sat on the penalty line, if anything.
This is crazy. How have they got 2 clean sheets in a row here? It's beyond
How have they not scored on themselves at the very least?
I mean, it's working. It's actually working. And I've got to give so much credit to Team Queso because they are playing at a breakneck speed. They are playing with such confidence against one of the best teams in the world, and they're completely outplaying them. They're just dismantling Giants. Here come Giants again. Oh my goodness! This!
Oh my goodness! What is it going to take for the Vodafone Giants to get back into this? Well, it's going to take an across-map journey, which Salen does not want to happen. Itachi, good flick up from him. A demo from Zamway on the back line as well. Demensa, Task, we're trying to keep the ball away. Up comes Itachi one more time, and Demensa gets crucial contact. Another clean sheet for Team Queso, and Mob, crucially, 4 match points.
Wow. This is just crazy. You know, 40% of Twitch chat had Team Queso winning this, but I don't think they expected it to be this one-sided. I don't think anybody expected it to be this one-sided. They're dominating. They're taking their chances. They're hitting their shots. And they're managing to keep Giants scoreless for, you know, what is it now, an outrageous amount of time.
It's
Nobody
over
does
10 minutes. I didn't start counting it because I didn't think it would happen.
Yeah, I wasn't counting in game 1 either, but this is insane. And hats off to them. Team Queso really showing up here. They've made a believer out of me. I think they can go extremely far here because what they're producing here, it's the most unpredictable Rocket League that we have seen in any of the top-level teams we've seen today, by far. They are the hardest team to read, and they are holding it together in defense. That's one of the problems with unpredictable teams, is it's hard to read your teammates. They end up faking each other off the ball and, you know, messing each other up as much as they mess up their opponents oftentimes. Not Team Queso. They are actually playing with such synergy. And that's amazing to see for a team with a brand new player, VK Salen, who's got such limited experience at this level before now.
Oh, that's going to be a huge opportunity, and they're not going to miss that one. Oh, so crucial for the Vodafone Giants. They've managed to get it. It's a booming hit from Itachi.
Yeah, what a read by Itachi. And he meant business with that one. That was straight on target for a reason. He just knew if he can clip that ball, no one's going to be back. There's just no way that they see him shooting this. They're going to expect a more defensive touch, surely. So a chance for Giants. They've broken their scoreless streak. I feel like they're going to need to do more than that. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there it is. It's the classic Team Queso team dunk, but it's worked. Fine. They've got it fully under control.
Ah, you can't challenge us if we challenge us.
It's logical. Yeah, makes sense.
It's working. Let's discuss this at a later date, probably the next regional, to see whether or not we think they can keep doing this. It's pretty much split down the middle earlier on that we'd see Team Queso in regional number 3. I get the feeling if we ask that again, it'd be a lot more one-sided of the results that we are seeing from them. Such as one day in Rocket League, that opinions of you can change so vastly. Up goes Atomic. Flip reset tried. He does get a double commit out of Vodafone Giants, but Itachi, as always, a very sure hand over in that defensive side of the field. And how much will the Vodafone Giants want to just find that second goal? But they don't want it to be against them, if anything. Itachi's coming in to help out Stake. Just pops it over to Zamway. Clear yet again. Just trying to find those little gaps in the rotation. Don't let you fly straight up to it to keep the ball on your side of the field. And more demos all over the place. Dementor's touch has to be very assured. And now he's out of the field yet again, because is anyone's car going to survive? I think they need to have like 3 or 4 spares just to jump straight into.
Yeah, they're going to need a whole lot more than that. It just crossed my mind that Samway and Dementor, they did live together during the last split. I don't know if they still do, but I imagine that they probably are. I'd love to hear if anybody on Twitter can confirm that. Because, yeah, that's an interesting little rivalry between them. I don't know how they work it. Is it the loser buys dinner? Does the winner buy dinner tonight? I think it's got to be the winner if Queso get the sweep in victory. You can't make Samway buy dinner as well after a day like that.
That'd be harsh.
Yeah,
Team Queso haven't exactly had many results at this level to make him immediately spend his prize money.
Yeah, you know, if you're going to beat him, he's probably like shouting across the hall saying, come on, don't sweep us. We're crying out loud. Give us a game here, which is currently on the cards. Let's see if Giants can keep it up.
2 minutes away from picking up the first of 4 needed victories. Stakes managed to bump 1. The rebound's not going to be coming in. Vodafone Giants rightfully hesitant to poke their head into the beehive. That would be the Team Queso defense. Now going to drop down. It's off the upright, and VK Selenshot is actually blocked. A chance to break away. Itachi, not as much power as he had earlier on, gives Dementor a chance. Now a second up shot off the crossbar. Another double commit, but it also means they've got 2 players ready to hound and hassle Itachi. And that could have gone very wrong had the challenge gone their way. And Zamway, he's actually got what? And that's thrown them off! Itachi must have called for it. Oh no, Zamway must have called for it. And he got removed from the field.
Oh, that's exactly what's happened. Zamway called that he had it, and that stopped Stake in his tracks. And then Zamway got bumped away from the play. And what happens is a ridiculous slow-mo, just open net. I can't believe that this is how Team Queso have equalized here. But of course, it would be them picking up the craziest goals, wouldn't it?
Well, that was torturous to watch for Vodafone Giants. The mistake happened 3 seconds before the punish really came to affect them. They're going to pick themselves back up. They've got to get this next goal. They are staring down a 4th place finish. Mr. Mensa looks for the backboard. Difference between 4th place and 3rd place, $3,000 and 50 points. That would be, I believe, quintupling. They'd be quintupling their points.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, actually, I got them mixed up with redemption. Either way, they'll really like these points.
I just like that word. I really like that word. It's a great one to go for. So even if it's not true, let's just go with it. But
we got our favorite words, Johnny. Quintupling will go up there. Penultimate was always a favorite.
Yeah, penultimate's always a good one. Unfortunately, this is not the penultimate games. We can't really say that other than,
we'll get there. Game 6. Vodafone Giants will get to that point.
I mean, it might be the penultimate game of this series, to be fair. We're not sure. I haven't read the script for this match. I hope it's not the penultimate game, or else that'll be a big rip for my channel points. But let's see if anybody can get a late steal here. Samway. Thankfully for him, not getting bumped in defense on this play. Last chance of the game. Looks like it might fall to Team Queso. Unless Giants are feeling risky with the counterplay. I don't think they're going to fancy it, though. Well, actually, Itachi does. He plays it high, but into the ground for overtime. 1 goal separates Team Queso from top 3.
And they'll be able to do it in a sweep against Vodafone Giants. That is something to put on your resume as a new team and a roster. You need to prove yourselves. Going to drop down. Stake does win the race, but Atomic's able to get there in time, and now he can become a passing option. As Itachi's got to try and keep it away from him. Atomic failed to find the boost on the first go-around. Does get it on the second. That means he can half rotate, take that ball away, and force Stake back into the play. As Atomic's actually left by himself. Here comes the play for the double tap. And Vodafone Giants will keep themselves in it, but for how much longer? Off the backboard, in comes the shot! What? Another monster save! We roll on the overtime!
Well, Giants are not doing it the easy way. Couple of last-second saves there. Last split second, and an even pinched clear on one of them. Mensa back into the middle. Itachi will stay goal side, preventing VK Salient from shooting on target. Just 1 minute into OT, it has been all Team Queso.
Oh, and that's not a good clear either. Stake, he's seen a pass over the Atomic!
Oh,
and they will take it! Team Queso will beat the Vodafone Giants, book their place in the lower finals where they will play Team BDS.
Can you believe it? 4-0. Team Queso. What a performance. I'd like to amend a few of my predictions. So
you don't get them back, buddy. They're gone.
Well, I definitely don't get my channel points back. That's 65,000 of them in the bin. But I, before the show, said that I needed to see more from Team Queso before I can predict a day 4 for them in the next regional. Well, there it is. I've seen all I need to see. They just destroyed the Giants. And also, yeah, I was a little bit off with my Giants prediction. They looked really good earlier on today. So how well are Team Queso playing to just annihilate the Giants?
It's hard to get on your case as well, because even those 40% that said Team Queso are going to win this, you put another prediction up there saying, what's the score? Nobody is going 4-0 on that one.
Yeah.
It's just shouldn't be happening.
Even if they say it, they don't believe it. I don't think anybody believes it's going to be 4-0. They might predict it, but they don't actually believe it's going to happen. That was ridiculous. Congratulations to Team Queso on an insane result. And this is not the end for them. They've beaten Vitality. They've beaten Giants. Can they beat BDS? And then, who knows, can they beat Top Blocks? The top 4 of EU, if they could win this tournament by beating everybody, then we've got another team in the conversation.
They are having the tournament of their lives. Your top 3 now confirmed at this point. Top Blokes, Vodafone Giants out at 4th. And it is also Team BDS and Team Queso in that top 3. But now we need to start figuring out the positions of those 3 teams. When we come back from break, it's another best of 7. Team BDS, Team Queso. Is it the old guard continuing to rumble on? Or can Team Queso pull off the upset of the season? You're not going to want to miss it.